You are at a birthday party. Music is blaring. People are laughing everywhere around you. Everyone seems to be having the time of their life, dancing and cheering loudly. But you are standing near the wall, drink in hand, quietly wondering why this feels so wrong. You do not hate people. You do not hate fun. But something about this noise does not feel like home. You tell yourself, maybe you are just tired. Maybe something is wrong with you, but nothing is wrong with you. There is a very real reason why some people feel lost in loud crowds. Science has a lot to say about it, and today we unpack exactly why your brain reacts this way. By the end of this video, you will feel a lot less alone. I promise you that. This is not about being antisocial. This is about understanding how your mind actually works. Welcome. Let us begin. Every single person on the planet has something called a sensory processing threshold inside their brain. Think of it like a volume knob inside your brain. Some people's knob is turned down low. Those are the people who thrive on a packed dance floor, needing more stimulation to feel alive. But some people's knob is already turned high. They have a lot going on internally from the start. When the outside world gets loud, it tips right past comfortable and straight into overwhelming. This is not a flaw in the wiring, it is just a different calibration of a sensitive brain. Psychologist Elaine Aron coined the term highly sensitive person in the 1990s. Her research found roughly 15 to 20% of the population processes sensory information more deeply. For highly sensitive people, sounds feel louder, emotions feel bigger, environments feel more intense. It is not just about noise. Your brain also tracks faces, reads body language, and feels emotional undercurrents. Your brain notices the shift in air pressure, the fluorescent lighting, every micro-expression in the room. Your brain is doing a lot. It is processing more layers of experience than most people ever realize. At some point, it hits its limit and quietly says, "I need out." That is why you might walk out of a loud party feeling genuinely exhausted, not just mildly drained. Your brain just ran a marathon while everyone else went for a jog. That is a real difference. A lot of people hear this and think, oh, so I am just introverted. But that is only part of the story. Introversion and sensory sensitivity are actually two different things. It is worth separating them clearly. Introversion is about where you draw your energy. Introverts recharge alone. Extroverts recharge with others. Sensory sensitivity is about how your brain processes all input. Noise, light, texture, emotion. You can be an extrovert who loves people but still gets completely overwhelmed by a loud sports bar. You can be introverted and have a low sensory threshold. These traits move independently of each other. People who are easily overwhelmed by noise often notice subtle shifts in a friend's mood instantly. They read a room within seconds of walking in, sensing the emotional weather before anyone speaks. They feel music on a level that is almost physical. Sound is not just heard, it is experienced deeply. The trait that makes crowds hard is the exact same trait that makes you perceptive and empathetic. It is also the trait that makes you creative. Sensitivity and creativity often live in the same house. The thing that makes crowds hard is the same thing that makes you deeply aware of beauty in the world. It is a package deal. You cannot have the depth without the intensity. Both come together. Let me share a study that puts this into really sharp focus. Researchers at Stony Brook University. In 2014, they used brain imaging to compare highly sensitive people with non-sensitive people. They showed participants emotional photographs and watched how each brain responded in real time. The highly sensitive participants showed significantly more activity in areas tied to awareness and empathy. Their brains were not broken. Their brains were busier, processing more layers of experience at once. Imagine taking that brain, already running multiple programs, and dropping it into a loud environment. The system does not crash because it is weak. It crashes because it is doing more work than most realize. That is why you walk out of a loud party feeling genuinely exhausted, not just mildly tired. Your brain just ran a marathon while everyone else went for a jog. That is not a weakness. This research reframes the entire experience. You are not someone who cannot handle things. You are someone whose brain is wired to go deeper. That is a different kind of strength entirely, not a weakness, a different kind of strength. Science confirms what you have always quietly sensed, and that changes everything about how you understand yourself and your place in noisy spaces. The research does not just explain you, it validates you. There is a profound difference between those two things. But there is one more layer, the part that actually hurts the most. It is not just the noise, it is the shame around your reaction to the noise. That invisible second layer of exhaustion. We live in a culture that glorifies extroversion. The loudest person in the room is called the life of the party. Being outgoing is treated as a virtue. Networking events are designed for people who love small talk. Even school systems reward participation over reflection. Hands up is valued more than thinking quietly. So when you feel drained by a loud party instead of energized, the cultural conclusion is something is wrong. And that secondary experience, adipust, anisai, the shame, the self-judgment, is often more exhausting than the noise itself. You're not just navigating a loud room. You're doing it while fighting a quiet internal voice too. And that internal voice says you should not need to leave. You should be having fun. Why are you like this? That is a lot to carry. And I want you to know you do not have to carry it anymore. Give yourself permission to be exactly who you are. Not everyone is built for the noise. The world genuinely needs the people who are not built for loud spaces. It needs your particular gifts. It needs the ones who notice the person sitting alone at the edge of the party. The quiet observers. It needs the ones who listen while everyone else is talking. Who holds space without filling it with noise. Design your life around your nature, not against it. That is the quiet revolution. Knowing your limits is not weakness. It is the highest form of self-awareness and self-respect. Build in recovery time. Give yourself permission to leave a room without guilt. That is wisdom. You are allowed to say you had a great time and mean it, even if you only stayed for 1 hour. The most meaningful connections are not made in loud bars at midnight. They happen somewhere quieter. They were made in a quiet kitchen at 2 a.m, talking about things that actually mattered. You do not need the noise to have a full life. You just need the right moments, and you deserve them. Those moments are built for people exactly like you. Welcome to the side that feels everything deeply. If this felt like someone finally understood you, subscribe. There are more of us than you think.